We have next to us Niamh Kavanagh, a Eurovision winner back in 1993. Thanks also to Norman Hamilton, who is also deeply involved in the Maltese Eurovision scene. Who brought you here, invited you for a TV show.
He did. It was, and we had a beautiful time. And I couldn't get over how beautiful he looked on camera. He's so fantastic on the TV. So I really enjoyed last night, I have to say.
He's really an experienced host. Huh?
Oh, he's fantastic. Beautiful manner on him. Just very relaxed. Everything's relaxed. I like that.
So, you were in Oslo in the last Eurovision Song Contest. What Niamh been doing since May?
Okay, since May, Niamh has been touring, working away, recording some new songs. Although it's a slow process because people don't throw money at you the way they used to years ago. But it's okay, you know, it's going very well. And also I took some time off, you know, to be with the family over the summer because the boys, they need to kind of be about, and I had disappeared off the face of the earth.
You had
for
to
about,
compensate.
Yes, because I spent quite a lot of time away from them, you know, in the run up to Eurovision and then Eurovision itself, you know, so I need it for myself too. It's nice to kind of get your head back where it belongs.
Recently, in the streets of Dublin, you joined for the first time Mr. Eurovision, Johnny Logan, with Eurovision Queen, Niamh Kavanagh.
Yes, yeah.
How was it singing with a gospel choir?
Well, it was so good. You know, we were doing it for a charity called Aware, which is to raise awareness about depression and to get people to talk and, you know, that sort of thing, which was great. But it's an interesting thing because I know Johnny years, a long time. You know, obviously, certainly since I won my first Eurovision, we would have met regularly every year, but we never sang together. So it was a real treat, I have to say, because Johnny's a fantastic singer. So we had great fun for the day, just going around like an old married couple almost, you know, and him talking over me and, you know, talking about things, you know, and so we had a really great day doing that. And, you know, I'd like to think, you know, that it was so well relaxed because we hadn't really sung together before, and we just decided this would be the song because it was apt for the campaign. But it was so fun, I have to admit. The gospel choir were fantastic, and so we really let it rip, you know. It's not quite the way busking normally goes. If my memory serves me correctly, when I busked the first time, I think I just had myself and some sort of small guitar that I couldn't play anyway. So,
so any future collaborations with Johnny Logan, with you?
Well, I would love to. I mean, you know, it would just depend on what opportunities came up, and you know, I've no doubt, you know, if we were in the right position to do it, we would do it. You know, because we enjoy working together. You know, all of us. Ex-winners, you might say, out of Ireland. You know, we know each other quite well because it's quite a small country, and so we come across each other quite regularly because we're kind of banded together every now and then just to celebrate it. And you know, anybody said to me, you know, shall we do this? You know, if it was possible, yes, we would do it.
You said you recorded a couple of songs after the Oslo participation. When are we going to see Niamh with an album?
With an album, that's the plan. You
know, it's been last album 1998?
Yeah, it was quite a while since I've done it. You know, I had the kids in between. I did some recording. I did work on the Secret Garden stuff and then other stuff as well. But I'm hoping to have a new album out in the spring, you know, probably to coincide with near enough, not quite, but near enough, you know, coming up to the new Eurovision and stuff. But it's all about money at the end of the day, getting it right, and more importantly, getting the album right, really, for me. So as I earn the money, we invested into it.
Let's forget the crisis then.
Yes, exactly. Oh, no. It's about, you know, it doesn't have to be huge. This is the thing about it nowadays. You don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of euro on your album. You just take your time to make it right, and it's important that it's right, you know, because it's not just about, you know, if it was just about going in and recording any song, you could do that in a day. You know, that's not hard. It's just finding the right songs that work together and really making it happen. But I'm really enjoying the whole thing.
So let's wait for next spring. Yeah? What made you to participate in the Eurovision Song Contest after winning the contest itself?
Well, I really liked the song. You know, that was a lot to do with it. You know, It's For You, really, I just love singing it, and it has strength in it, which I like. And when the writers said they wanted to go to Eurovision with it, I did think about it, because obviously there is that expectation, because you're a previous winner. Sometimes other people have this expectation that you should win it, or you should be at least doing that you would feel that kind of pressure. But I don't actually feel that way about it. Never did. You know, I think everything you do is a separate thing. But what was so fantastic about this time, you know, I mean, obviously Mill Street was a very singular experience, and it's In Your Eyes is still a stunning song. This time, what I loved about Oslo was because it was like visiting old friends, because I met so many people that I don't often have the opportunity to meet, and we really had the best of time. It was such a fantastic thing, and really, you know, the 40 countries that were there represented, and ours included, had really strong entries, great singers. You know, some songs better than others, but should I say some songs that you liked better than others, you know, but the reality was everybody was so good.
Subjective.
Exactly. And the other biggest thing of all is the thing I remember from the first time, which is still the same, that energy of everybody pulling for each other, as opposed to, you know, bitching about each other in the back or anything like that. It's all very positive. You know, other countries rooting for other countries, delegations just having fun whilst doing the work, and I love that about Eurovision, and it's very few places you come across that kind of spirit. And so, you know, I was so glad I went back for that, you know, really, and just the experience of obviously a bigger competition now with, you know, with the size of the hall. It was only about 2,000.
What changes is it?
Yeah, well, to me it was longer. I think longer is the biggest thing, you know. Obviously, well, my Eurovision was in Cork, in a small town, so it was pretty intensive when I did first time on home ground, so that was a big deal. So really, really, really busy. But I had gone to the ones in Dublin since, you know, the 3 in Dublin, and they were, I was less involved, so I suppose even though I kind of wandered around and enjoyed them, it's not quite the same as being in the group, you know. But then we, you know, the thing about Oslo now, of course, is that it's a much longer competition, you know, because you're nearly there for 2 weeks, whereas it used to be just 1 week.
More countries.
Exactly. Well, naturally, you know, and I actually quite like the semi-final thing, you know. I think it's the fairest way for people to get in, you know, rather than if you qualify this year up on a certain level, then you...
And before, they used to have a qualifying round.
Yeah.
Closed doors.
Yeah, so I think this is great because everybody gets a shot.
Eurovision opened more.
Yes, I think so. And it's natural. And Eurovision, even in the 90s, we discussed about what Eurovision do next. And, you know, the truth is that Eurovision should keep moving on, because if it doesn't keep moving on and changing and, you know, adapting, it would die. And that would be the worst thing, because I'm really hoping, you know, in my 90s, say, if I have grandchildren, if that ever occurs, you know, but I'd like to be able to say, I won that, and for that to have some relevance for them, you know, that they don't think who's that old lady in the corner talking about rubbish, you know. It has to have some relevance in people's lives. And so, I mean, what a fantastic competition it is for people to watch it. I grew up watching it with my family, now my children are watching it with me. You know, I'd like to have my grandchildren watch it and see them watch this whole spectacle and have the joy of saying this is the one night a year we can stay home late. Or 3 now, you can stay late.
So you like the Eurovision environment?
Yes, I do.
You performed also, I mentioned, for instance, UK, the preview party.
Oh, yeah.
How was it?
Oh, it was so fun. It was so fun. It was so strange, because the great thing about those preview things was I was in Belgium as well, and Bosnia and Romania. You meet other delegations quite a lot of the time, you know, so I mean, when we went to the UK party, there was myself, the Cyprus entry, which of course they were all Welsh, and and then we had the you know, the UK entry, which, you know, Josh was such a lovely boy. It was lovely to meet him, and so what's happened, and the Romanians, of course, and so you kind of, you come across people and get to know them before you hit the ground, and so now you have a vested interest in it, and, you know, in a much more relaxed setting than, you know, because Eurovision obviously is about the focus on what you're doing. And the thing I mostly different was, you see, in Mill Street, everybody was meeting up regularly at each other's parties. There wasn't so many parties this time. You know, a couple of countries had parties and everybody went to them. That's kind of the way it went. Whereas, you know, once upon a time, certainly when we were in Mill Street, every country nearly had a party for 2 hours somewhere.
The embassy.
And you used to wander around to see where you could meet them. And you met the same people at all the same parties, you know, and stuff. That sounds like we were partying all the time. It's not quite the truth, but it's kind of sort of the truth.